about to watch a Patreon live stream. If you're interested in participating in a future Patreon live stream, you should definitely consider joining my community at patreon.com/Abbey Normal's Wisdom Quest. Okay. So we have the full moon, and I'm going to do a journey into the full moon energies. And I want to share something special where I would like to tap into each of your individual higher selves and have your higher selves share a message related to the full moon energies for all of us. So that way it could be a really fun, unique, different type of experience where we're all kind of integrated together. So that's my plan. I'm going to go ahead and relax and get tuned in. And Amanda, I'll start with you. Lush, Linda, Dylan, Joe. Okay. Amanda, I'm starting with you. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. So glad you all could come. Oh man, so glad to see you all. Okay. Full moon energies with Amanda's higher self. Just a minute. You know what's interesting when I tap into your higher self? I literally feel like I'm stretched and I'm going up really, really high. And as I'm going up really, really high, I'm entering into yet a new dimension. And then I'm walking up some stairs. And so it's like I'm having to go through yet another phase and then another phase and then another phase as I'm reaching your higher self. Now I experience your higher self, and she's very funny, very bright and cheerful. And she's very sweet, like, honey, you don't have to work so hard to come to me. Let me come to you. Let me help you. And I experience her kind of levitating down to me. And she shows me myself working really, really hard. Okay. And this is a collective message. So she shows us the human race. She shows us the souls that are here on earth. And we're all working so hard, right? And what are we working towards? The light and the love, peace of mind. And let the love come down to assist us. So we are going up to reach the light, and it's hard work, right? To go up all those levels and all those phases and all those cycles to try to get up there. Just be present with you. She's showing me something interesting, which is important that we remember this. And as human beings, we kind of go through this journey, right? And it's like the whole concept of you have to go up this mountain. And once you're at the top of the mountain, you've achieved this sort of success, right? And then once you're there, it's almost like everything rearranges, and now you have the next mountain in order to get up to the top of that, and now another success, right? And you work through these many achievements, which is all self-discovery, you know? What's interesting is your higher self is reminding us that if we just slow down enough, as in if we allow ourselves to just kind of reach a plateau of space, the universe can revolve around us. And to remember that the universe can revolve around us, because sometimes we feel like we have to do this all by ourselves, but we aren't alone. And the universe can revolve around us, as in we're down here trying to get up there. Your higher self is showing me, okay, so you think you're down here. When you let my light come down to you, I help you become bright. And now suddenly you're at the top of the mountain. You always were at the top of the mountain. She's showing me really intricate ideas about it's the psychology of how we work through every single situation. And we could take a situation, and she shows me then a ruler and how you have an inch, and then the inch gets broken up and into all these smaller pieces, okay? Basically. And we can take an experience is 10 inches long, and there's all these little moments in there as we're psychologically working through them, what it all means to us, what we want to get out of it, what we aren't getting out of it. It's sort of the tug of war with oneself, wondering what the future is actually going to look like. So she erases all of those intervals, and then she erases the concept of the number 10, okay? And she just erases it all and creates simplicity and wholeness, and the importance of tapping into your wholeness. Hmm. I'm going to sit with this for a moment. I feel that me going silent is me honoring the erasing of the intervals and the number and the definition and the explanation, and just making it a wholeness is in the silence, and allowing your higher self, her light, to come in and just fill my heart and my being. And I start to realize that whatever place my mind and emotions where I felt like I was present, whatever struggle I felt like I was going through, it's like she's giving me a doorway inside myself to simply kind of resurrect within the sun and find a inner peace. And now she shows me the mountain and how it doesn't matter what part of the journey you are in, is the lesson that you're learning. If you haven't conquered or completely understood why, right? And when it's not silent inside yourself because you're still working through it, at every point on that mountain, you can always erase everything, as in disconnect from it all, and just go to a place inside yourself and to find the inner peace there. And anyone wanting to connect with Amanda's higher self, just say so. Because all of our higher selves are helping everybody here, because we're all each other's brothers and sisters, right? So I'm thanking your higher self because she is coming to me, and she is doing the work for me to help me remember inner peace, and that I have access to that no matter what is going on, no matter how I define where I am at in my own life cycle or cycle of lessons, where I'm at on the mountain. I have inner peace. Thank you so much. I feel so beautiful right now. I do not want to rush this at all. I do not want to rush this at all. You guys ever want to? I've had this moment come up, and it started to happen when I was in college, where I got this idea that if I could only stop time for like a week's worth of time, but there wouldn't be any time, but I could have what would feel like 1 week, and just an island of time just for me, just to rehabilitate. And this reality that you can't just stop time because time just keeps moving forward. And in this moment, I feel like your higher self gave me the gift of being able to stop time for a moment and experience the light and inner peace. That's really great. Thank you. All right, Lush. Let's see what your higher self has to share with all of us for the full moon. I don't know why, but I want to laugh hysterically. I just feel funny. Like I'm suddenly in an arcade and I'm like in the race car driving seat that I'm in real life, and I'm like a kid and I'm full-fledged in my imagination and I'm going so ridiculously fast, but I'm just in an arcade game. And so I'm going in and out of real life, And then, oh my God, real life is just this. I thought real life was I was actually driving the car. And I feel like a kid and I'm really into this. Like instantaneously, bam, I'm there. So, okay, let's see where this takes us. Oh, okay. Really quickly, your higher self. I'm experiencing driving really, really fast, and I'm in between. I'm just in an arcade. No, I'm driving a real car. It's real life. I'm going so fast. Ah! And there's like this barricade thing, and I'm trying to find the brakes, and I can't find the brakes, and I'm going full force, crash and burn. And what's interesting is it doesn't hurt me. And because there's an odd relationship with what is actually reality. Is reality I'm in the game at the arcade, or is reality I'm in the car driving as fast as I want to go, having a blast in what we would define as our imagination? And now your higher self is saying, well, where did this barricade come from? And then this like, oh crap, I'm gonna hit this, only to realize that this didn't hurt me at all. It's almost like the barricade was there for the crash and burn, only to get out and realize that nothing can really hurt me. Nothing in this game of life can really hurt me. I'm invincible. Boy, this is an important message. So I'm going to give you guys another example. Let's say we're going through just anything in life. Hi, Delinda. Welcome, by the way. Let's say we're going through anything in life that we could say is really hard to go through. Okay. Now we're going to feel the crash and burn, and we're going to feel like that wasn't something I could just get out of the car and not have a scratch. Life seems to give us these wounds, and then it's very hard to heal them. But your higher self is showing us that life is that you are invincible truly. All right, let me tune in and really connect with this and see what the next thing is here. Okay, I'm the kid getting out of the race car, and I'm kind of brushing myself off, but I realize that there's no dust. I realize there's no scratches. And I get out and I'm looking around in this, what would be an imaginary world, and it's just me. And I'm looking at what was in my way, and it just looks like a pile of rubble. I'm looking at the sky and I'm asking, where am I? And I hear a voice from the sky say, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And your higher self says you are always in the place that you always wanted to be. So if you're saying, where am I? You already know where you are. You can't ever say, where am I, or why am I here? Because this is exactly the place that you wanted to be. Every place that you're ever in your life is exactly where you wanted to be. And when a sudden barricade comes up, that's because you wanted that barricade to be there. Now, the lesson from the barricade is to realize how truly invincible you are, and nothing in this game of life can actually hurt you. So, what in the game of life then hurts you? What is true reality? Is it the imagination, or is it, oh, I'm just playing an arcade game? Life actually does hurt, or life is, I'm truly invincible in life. Okay, let's see what your higher self says next. Okay, the next thing is nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. And this message is to remind us that in life, sometimes things will be really intense and exciting. Sometimes they'll be scary and all of a sudden. Sometimes we'll get out to try to figure out what the heck happened, only to realize that nothing can truly hurt us. That's part of the illusion, okay? Only to reach a point where to remember that everywhere that we are is exactly where we always wanted to be. And that is the truth. Your higher self has really intense, fast-paced energy. I feel swept off my feet. I feel like I want to have fun. I feel like I want to be free. I feel like I want to understand more of these simple truths. I feel like I want life to really be this easy, where I could simply say that I am invincible and nothing can hurt me, and to live like that, to live that freely. I'm going to stay in this vibe, okay? Because it is so ridiculously positive, and I really relate to it. And I love that inner peace and sunshine that I'm still experiencing from Amanda, your higher self. I'm loving where this is going. Thank you so much, Lush. Your higher self is so awesome. Okay. Linda. All right, I'm going to relax here. Let's see, Linda, what your higher self would like to share. Oh, man. Okay. Your higher self is, there's water and there's singing bowls, and the singing bowls have water in them, and there's oval shapes with different colors. I feel happy. I feel like she's playing music for me. She is singing to me. She is doing light healing for me. I feel like I'm being washed and cleansed from head to toe. I feel like I'm in some sort of spiritual spa. And she wants to share this with everybody. Your higher self wants everyone to experience this gift. Your higher self really delights in seeing when souls get wounded, really nurturing, has a real motherly energy and really loves to nurture the wounded soul. And she reminds us that she welcomes the wounded soul, but she knows that the wounded soul has to want to be healed in order to heal. And if they are not wanting to be healed, it's not time yet for them to be healed. They want to continue to learn about their pain, and that is also good. She even defines, as a soul is learning about their pain, they are in their own right going through a healing process. They are also learning and growing and healing, even if they are in a state of pain. And she honors that place that souls go into, or souls experience that energy vibration. She honors that time for them. And she waits patiently until she is called. And once she is called, then it is her time to provide her service. And she's really proud of who she is and her service, and she delights in herself as a I mean, she is grateful for her life, the life of her spirit. She's grateful for her identity. She's grateful for what she loves to represent, what she loves to share. She is very voluptuously proud of herself and her identity. And man, I don't even feel like this language does it justice. I feel like there's a special message here, reminding us about how special each and every one of us truly is. How proud we need to be in our own soul, our identity. How we have so much reason to love exactly as we are, who we are. And when we're going through a process of pain, we are actually going through a process of healing. And when we are ready for, in a way, to take a break from the pain, she opens her door and wants to be the nurturing mother. and to revive. She has such a motherly energy. Like she calls the wounded soul that enters into her domain as one of her children, and she wants to nurture all her babies. And she's so delightful. She's very talented and gifted. Very talented and gifted. And restructuring energies, rebalancing energies, understanding the matrices of color, of sound, vibration. I mean, I can't even begin to define the many layers of awareness and depth and talent that her creative source energy is working with in order to mend the fabric of souls. It is extraordinary. It is so wonderful. I'm going to enjoy just entering into her space and allowing myself to feel washed with this water energy, to feel different like fractals of light, different sounds and vibrations moving through my body. And I love that she calls me one of her babies. It's like it makes me happy. I want to be nurtured like a baby. Of course I do. Yes. So I'm just gonna be a baby in the domain and just enjoy this so much. Mm. I feel very content. And I'm kind of reminiscing on all the experiences that I've had with Amanda, Lush, Linda, your higher selves, and the wisdom they've all shared. There's so much to receive from each other. There's so much support that's here. There's so much incredible perspective. Perspective, just the words, it's the experience of perspective. And so you could hear somebody tell you some good advice, but until you really have digested it inside yourself, um, and it takes that time to align with it and become it. In this journey state, I actually get the blessing of getting to feel the sunshine, getting to feel the inner child and the freedom, and the feeling of being truly invincible and the truth of the illusion. And where is the reality? Where is the illusion? Only to come into a place now where I can be babied and feel this washing around my soul of all these beautiful healing vibes and the mending of my energy field by yet another beautiful and infinite energy, reminding me again of how beautiful I am as my own soul energy. I mean, this is for all of us to remember these things, to be aware of these things, and to learn from each other, right? Mm. All right, Dylan, you're next. I'm going to relax now. Let's see what Dylan, your higher self, has to share with all of us. And thank you, Linda. I really enjoyed visiting with your higher self. Okay, here we go. Hmm. I feel very straight. I feel like I have really good posture. I feel like I have really good breath. Like I'm getting the circulation. Inhale, feeling it circulating, exhaling. And I love this process. Everything seems to have this perfect process. And it is right on down to dotting the I and crossing the T. It is right on down to the nitty gritty of the tiniest little details of a seamless process. The seamless process, you could say, is life. The seamless process that you could call creative, the birthing of the universe, the creative forces of nature, everything has a perfect process. Scientifically, it feels scientific to me. Like it could even be definable, perfectly definable. I mean, there could be every single language ever that ever existed in all of time in every dimension could be translated into a single beep beep boop. into into something that is so like obvious, into something that is so clear, crystal clear, right on down to the nitty gritty detail. And your higher self like is showing me that there is literally an answer to everything, and it is so easy to understand and interpret, and it is just the way of life, or the equation of life, the equation of the creative forces, the creative of I mean, it's an equation that creates everything. Okay, even the inhalation, the circulation, the exhalation, and it's this seamless process. It has this seamless process. Your higher self is going to talk about the human process, okay? Is the human process a seamless process? And now your higher self shows me a computer, and the computer is working great. Now it's malfunctioning. What is wrong with this computer? Why isn't it working seamlessly? Now I'm on the phone with tech support and I'm on hold. Why is this not a seamless process? I'm just supposed to immediately get to somebody to talk to them. Now I'm finally talking to somebody and now I lose reception and the call is dropped. So your higher self is showing me it's a human process, a seamless process. This is the day of the life of the human. Does not feel very seamless, does it? Feels like a constant, like you're hitting a wall over and over and over and over and over. You're banging your head against a desk and wondering when it's all going to stop. Where is the seamless process? Okay, let's see here. Your higher self loves people. Is talking to Amanda's higher self, talking to Lush's higher self, talking to Linda's higher self, and talking to all of our higher selves. Is loves to exchange information and ideas, loves the inhalation, the flow, and then the exhalation. And that is communication. That is sharing and learning and growing together. And you have an innate knowing about what creates a seamless process. And you, in a way, could create a community that would actually, you could manifest a seamless process for a community of people, and it would have a brilliant flow to it of an inhalation, this circulation, and then an exhalation, and it would bring so much peace of mind. And the reason why your higher self is saying that these communities are possible is when we work together. Your higher self is sharing this message. When we value Amanda, and we value Lush, and we value Linda, and we value Dylan, and we value Joe, and we value Delinda, and we value Abby, we value everybody. When we value everybody, and we listen and we take the time to understand, and then we are grateful for all of those interactions, that is when everything starts to become a seamless process, as though it always was a seamless process, that always should have been a process. And why were we not allowing it to be a seamless process? So now we're going to go beneath the surface of this to understand why the human then, as Lush is saying, it's like we have the freedom. We are truly invincible. So why are we choosing to hold on to the idea that we are wounded? Why are we holding on to the idea that, that we're creating this event and now we are crashing into it, but yet we can get out and be completely not even harmed by it at all, only to realize, the lesson learned is that we are free and invincible. But what's beneath the surface of the human that wants to kind of, the computer malfunctions, now the phone call, oh, I'm on hold. Okay, finally talking to somebody, lost reception, call dropped. banging head against table. Like, why does the human insist on this as their process when it could be so seamless? Why does a human want this when it could be so seamless? So let's see what your higher self has to say. Higher self says, okay, we're going to bring in the sunshine from Amanda's higher self and the inner peace, no matter where you are on your path, and the remembrance that there's always love, and that let the love come to you, let the light come to you and nurture you. Now we're going to bring that into the human who it's like doesn't know how to allow a seamless process. We're going to bring this in. Now we're going to bring in some of this inner child and this delightful, freeing energy. And where are we in reality? What is truly the illusion, right? We're going to bring that into the equation. We're going to bring all this love and healing and the joy of being nurtured and babied, but the remembrance to that part of the growing process of a human being is to work through that process, only to remember that they can always come to the place where they can be babied, or they could let the sunlight in, or they could remember that they're invincible. And so the human has to ad- adopt, the human has to evolve, where these concepts are in the very DNA of generation after generation after generation after generation after generation, for the human race collectively to evolve with this ingrained into their very blood, their very DNA. And then it takes a long time for races to enter into a seamless process. Through the evolutionary process, then we become part of a seamless process, because we start to not be afraid of being a part of an infinite universe, a part of the flow. And this is part of our journey. I mean, your higher self is showing me that it is okay to say that if it feels herky jerky, it is herky jerky. That can be defined as your reality, where you could also say, well, that's really part of the illusion that you're holding on to. See how we can just enjoy each other's perspectives. Your higher self is all about enjoying everybody's perspective, no matter what it is, whether you relate to it or you don't relate to it. But we appreciate each other and each other's way and each other's style. And that's how we grow seamlessly. Not one person is right until we are all appreciating each other. Then we are all right. It's really lovely. It's very, very lovely. Okay. Thank you. That was really cool, Dylan. Okay. All right. Joe and then to Linda. Okay. Joe, let's see what your higher self had to share with all of us. I'm going through the rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole is a tunnel that is straight in front of me. This is very complex because what this is going to do is it's going to break a soul down to the point that they don't even know who they are anymore, only to develop facets of their identity and become more and expanded than they ever realized they always were. Your higher self is showing me this is quite terrifying, really, because a soul that is guided, magnetically guided to this specific challenge, may never come out of it. But this specific challenge, I mean, there's an ancient wisdom about it. And most souls will avoid that door because they don't want not be able to circulate all the way through, because in a way they've seen other souls, or they're tuned into all souls, okay, and they know that there are souls that are still in aspects of that process, and they know what that feels like, and souls have to develop into a place of being ready for that. Not all souls are going to be guided into that path. your higher self is particularly focused on supporting souls in that path. And you show me what you could say a soul that is going in this direction, because it is usually very nervous about it when you describe it, but it is also feeling a place of I am ready for this, simultaneously enters into what looks like a very long tunnel, is only a flat screen. But in that flat screen, I see the soul go what, and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions, becomes like trillions of echoes of itself. And then every single one of these echoes starts to develop its own identity and starts to become confused as to where it is, what it is, why it is. And it starts to disperse across this whole universe, and the universe experiences ripples of what could be cataclysm or chaos or challenge, in order for the universe to what could be go within itself, come out of itself and expand. That's why the human race, your higher self says, is so essential for the expansion and growth of the very the universe as a consciousness of its own right, its own self, its own identity. Like, the human race is part of this process, of part of these echoes. And there's aspects of those people here on earth that are also have gone through this doorway and are still trying to find themselves. And the human race can reflect that we're all trying to find ourselves here. We all feel in a way separated from the source, even though we're not. Even when you go through this doorway, you're never separated from your from source, you're never separated from the universe. You only go through a transformation process you experience it like this. But you always have yourself, because you already are everything. And this is really has something to do with what we go through on earth, and what earth and our dimension of earth represents, and the souls that choose to go down that path that get lost. And you're guiding souls, and your higher self is reminding every single person on this planet that there isn't a single one of you that is not taken care of, that is not guided. And you show me Jesus as the shepherd of the sheep. There are always guides to every single soul here on earth, and nobody is ever left behind. Nobody is ever lost. Even the lost sheep is found and guided, right? But the sheep was never lost, and it was always guided all along. It's really important that you emphasize that not a single soul on this planet does not have multitudes of guides supporting you every single step of your life. And you need to acknowledge that. Your heart express the intensity of hardship, okay, as part of creation, part of growth. Nobody prays for suffering. Please, God, I really, really need more suffering, please. Nobody prays for that. So why in the world do we go through it? We're all praying for better, 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 better things. What else do we do with this perspective? You show me a really loud sound, and you say, see each other, see each other. Don't let a sheep get lost. Help each other. Help everybody. Help each other. Work together. Love. And then you're like, and then my job is done. Because where am I to guide the lost sheep that has now found themselves? And your higher self is really emphasizing that you I'm telling you, this is so complicated. I don't even know if I can do it justice. Because we're talking about past, present, and future. We are even talking about a cycle of eternity where there's no suffering at all. Cycles of eternity where there is suffering, cycles that there is no suffering. What does your higher self do when there's no suffering? And yet your higher self is always guiding souls forevermore. So obviously the complexity of time. We're talking about the expansion of the very universe. We're talking about a parallel here with the souls that incarnate on planet Earth. We're talking about the energy guides, the spirit guides, the higher selves, but we're talking about us as human beings guiding each other, and that we have the power to make a difference here, to heal all of this, to bring all of the souls back into a wholeness, in a way to close that gateway, so that this circulation, that this cycle of eternity can be now complete within itself. So we can all move on to the next thing, whatever that is. That's literally what you're expressing to me. I will say my third eye feels like it's gonna pop out of my head, and my heart is really dense. Not intense. It is intense, but it is dense. All right, Delinda, I'm gonna tap into your higher self here. Thank you so much for that, Joe. That was really that was really very interesting. So I'm gonna tap into your higher self, Delinda. I'm gonna read the messages. Okay. Oh my God. This is so different. I mean, it just went from like real intense, dense, it's something so different than that. Like total opposite. Just a minute. I don't know. I just want to laugh so much. It's like your higher self would be like, ah, bah humbug. Bah humbug. It's like all these echoes are just laughing and enjoying life. Everybody's having so much fun. It's like really, really just so cheerful. It's like, how much higher can we go with cheerfulness? Like, it's like you're really, your higher self is really expressing the power of laughter and cheerfulness creates sunniness and like skipping and spring flowers and Easter egg hunts when you're a little kid, and mom and dad, and there's just so much sincerity and cheeriness. Like it's like when you're a kid, you really see the world as a place that you can believe in, that you can trust, and that is full of goodness, and that everybody is an angel that is guiding you. As a kid, you really feel this way, and you really, your higher self is really bringing out a goodness like this. That there is a trustworthy environment when it comes to being genuinely cheerful, being like letting the laughter come through you, singing from your heart, like your higher self is emphasizing, okay, I feel like I am starting to understand this even more now. The child that sees a trustworthy world, the child that sees every adult as an angel that is guiding them, the child that trusts the adult, that is so important. So important that we as adults, angels for the children of this world, and that all children in this world are all of our children, not their children and that person's child. All the children of the world are all of our responsibility. And we owe it to all of the kids of the world to uphold ourselves as angels that are truly trustworthy and guiding them to the best of our ability, and to shower children with laughter and cheerfulness and kindness and radiance. And that is going to, it's like children are the seeds that grow into the trees of our planet. Let's grow strong trees. Let's grow a planet of strong trees. Oh, there's so much fresh air here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I feel that your higher self is showing me, oh, so much meaning in the importance of growing strong trees. So our children grow up to be strong adults that influence strong, another generation of even stronger trees, right? And this cheery energy that your higher self has been sharing with me does have like the serious side because it's so important. So important. So important. Please, human beings, please see how important it is that you become trustworthy and that you become angelic, that you become kind and cheerful, that you uphold this responsibility for all the children of the world to see how important children are. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Your higher self has this like, man, can go so high pitch and in this like boisterous place of lightheartedness, and then can go into this other space of seriousness and the importance of, and really, really loves to focus on helping adults become the best parents they can be and helping children to grow into strong trees. I mean, she's really showing me child strong tree over and over and over and over again. And she shows me that she really wants to guide humanity, any parent specifically who really focuses on even teenagers that are having children, like anybody of any age wanting to have children, teaching. She's like really wants to teach how to be the best parent you can be, because it is so, kids are so important. And this is a message that she wants to share. Oh, wow. Okay, I want to really tune into everything of it. So such a unique energy. A unique message. And I am so grateful to every one of your higher selves. So grateful for every one of you here on earth with me. I'm just reminiscing in each and every one of you one more time because I don't want to forget. It's really important that I don't want to ever forget your higher selves. It's like I'm taking the ruler of my life and I'm not measuring anything anymore. I'm letting your higher self just come and send the light into me and let me be in the sunshine. And to feel that I've always been at the top of the mountain. Amanda and Lush, your higher self is giving me the sense of freedom to be, have fun and be a child. But to, I mean, there's a wit and an excitement about life and the freedom to live and to know how free you truly are, and to really question what is reality, what is illusion, and to realize the illusion that you're wounded, the reality that you're invincible will give you so much more freedom to enter into a realm where I can be babied and nurtured with vibrations that mend the fabric of my very soul, and to remember the seamlessness of appreciating every single person, every higher self, every spirit guide, and how when we are open-minded to each other, even if we say, I love your idea, this is kind of where I'm at with it, that I just love everybody's personal opinions on things. I am really open-minded to everybody. That is what creates seamlessness. And it's the appreciation of everybody for their own style and the support that happens there when we all feel appreciated and heard without judgment. And then this intense reality. I mean, the true challenge of when a soul comes to earth and what that is all about and how much love and gratitude towards ourselves we need to really have here. And because it is so hard, we need to remember that we all need to be loved and supported, help each other, love each other. I mean, that I don't even know where to begin with the complexities of what that represents. And because it is such a very long time, because there's so many echoes and fragmented souls involved in that, and it gives you the raw reality of that harder side of the human existence that is truly so respected and revered by those souls who will never be able to incarnate on earth at this time. Or I mean, you're really emphasizing, your higher souls are emphasizing that our souls here on earth are going through that doorway. That we've gone through that doorway and we are doing it as a gift to the entire universe. That our lives here are a gift to every single soul and the creation and the expansion of the very universe, and to love ourselves and to love each other. And this is the answer. I mean, love is the answer. But pain is what we go through, but love is the answer. And Delinda, this beautiful, bright, cheerful energy and the importance of children. Oh my God. Wow, every single dynamic soul, higher self energy is just so wonderful to tune into. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you. I'm really glad we got to share in this experience with each other for the full moon. Oh man, what an experience this has been. All right, let me let me take a look at the messages here. Oh, okay, Delinda, you say, haha, I love this. The year mark of our car crash. This I was at my son's audition. I walked into one of my favorite songs, Golden Star, and a Black Cosmos background. And it was called the D Experience. It was perfect blind date after the loss of my chosen and 6-year-old. Beautiful, loving, and kindness. It was amazing watching my son walk and crossing um, and, and model walk. Mm. You have a very intense story, but you uphold so much meaning, Delinda, in how you stand and how you generate so much love. And I really see and understand your higher self nature, and I see that in you as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Amanda, you say, OMG, what an amazing message. Joseph, you say, you are beautiful. Linda, you say, heart to heart and soul to soul. We walk together. So much love to you all. Oh, oh. Thank you all so much. So much for being here. I feel very blessed to have all of you in my life and actually have the opportunity to get to know you more through these experiences that we share with one another. So Lindy, you say it was a hard day that turned out so beautifully. So glad to hear it. Thank you. And Amanda, you say, you truly are beautiful, Abby. Thank you. Thanks so much, you guys. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening. And I look forward to our next live stream experience.